Shalom, shalom. My name is Elijah Justice, and this video is going. In this video, I'm going to talk about my opinions about the future of real estate wholesaling, not just in one particular state, but throughout the country. Again, this is just my opinion. Not saying that anything I'm saying will come to pass, um, because you never know what the future may hold and all, or what what state legislatures might decide to do. So, but I would say that from my experience, the future of wholesaling looks kind of iffy. What I mean is, I see that there's more there is more of a outcry against wholesalers in general, even the ones that are honest and fully disclose their intentions on what they plan to do with one's property. Most do not. Most just act as though they're a regular buyer when they're not. To me, that's completely dishonest. And quite frankly, if you're not going to be honest with someone, you should not enter into a legal contract which you're bound to. For example, if you're going to enter into a contract such as a purchase agreement and you can't find a buyer, then you're on the hook for that purchase. You're going to have to find a way to make that purchase. Um, you know, because eventually you sign the agreement with the seller, not the end buyer. So, unless you find an assignment, an end buyer to sign the contract to, you might want to have a plan B. That's just friendly advice. And also, a lot of people are angry because they feel like they've been cheated by wholesalers, and most people have. Either from whatever reason, the wholesaler didn't tell them what they plan to do, or they discovered that the wholesaler got more money off of the property than the seller did. There's a wholesaling fee, and a lot of them are getting random phone calls from people who are not even licensed agents. Um, so that causes another problem, especially here in the state of Indiana, where there's a law. I forgot the law. It's on the state books, but there was a bill that became law earlier this year that if you are a non-licensed agent in Indiana, you can only make up, I believe, up to two phone calls, unsolicited phone calls a year to people. Uh, if you're looking to buy their properties, so you know, unless you're, I mean, really, unless you're a licensed real estate agent, you're that somewhat restricts your way to, to find properties, to find buyers, and that includes people that you hiring to call on your behalf, to try to find motivated sellers and buyers. So I figured the way things are now, again, this is just my opinion. I figure the way things are now, more states are going to pass laws requiring uh, wholesalers to hold a active real estate license in order to do wholesaling deals. I believe Illinois is one state that does it. There's a few other states. Let me look right quick. I can look this information up, but I looked up uh, on an online article somewhere that Illinois requires a active real estate license in order to do wholesaling deals. Let's see, wholesaling deals wholesaling laws by state. Okay, so what? Okay, I'm looking at an article here about educational wave. It says what states is wholesaling real estate illegal. In Illinois, wholesaling is only lawful for those who are licensed real estate brokers. So it's banned from non-licensed individuals cannot wholesale in the state of Illinois. Okay, let's just make that clear. There's a list of different areas where this is illegal, and I'll give my opinion about this after I finish this article. Oklahoma, the law in Oklahoma prohibits wholesalers from buying and reselling properties without a real estate license. So Oklahoma also has a law that prohibits people without a real estate license from engaging in reselling property. Texas, wholesaling is legal, but with certain restrictions. The law requires wholesalers to have a real estate license or to work under a licensed broker. So that's the law in Texas. Georgia, the state law prevents unlicensed individuals from acting as real estate brokers or salespersons, meaning wholesalers need a real estate license or must operate under a licensed broker in order to legally perform wholesaling duties. Okay. Ohio, wholesaling requires a valid real estate license. Okay. In Florida, wholesaling without a license, without a state issued license or not working under a broker is illegal in the state of Florida. Now, in the state of Maryland, real estate wholesaling is either illegal or heavily regulated. So, if you want to find out more, you would look up the Illinois, laws in Maryland regarding real estate wholesaling. It doesn't show the citations of these laws, so you have to do your own research to figure out to find more information about um, the different restrictions on wholesaling in these particular areas. In New Jersey, uh, the practice of real estate wholesaling has been deemed illegal or is heavily regulated. So again, if you're wholesaling in New Jersey, you want to, and you're not a licensed real estate agent holding a license in New Jersey, you want to find out more information about that. In the state of North Carolina, uh, the state has either made real estate wholesaling illegal or imposed heavy restrictions on the practice. So again, you want to check North Carolina laws about real estate wholesaling to make sure things are done on up and up. So, I mean, even if you're not a, I guess I'm not trying to interpret law, but if you're not a real estate agent in these states, you might want to hire a real estate agent to help you with these deals to make it legal. I mean, that's what it sounds like to me, or apply and get a real estate license in these states. But in Pennsylvania, real estate wholesaling is either legal or subject to significant regulations. So again, what the reason I say this is because more areas, more states are, turning against wholesalers, and it's just a sad thing because wholesaling should be, to me, wholesaling is it's a good way of living, and I mean, if it's done the right way, if everyone involved in the deal is on up and up, they know what's going on, they're prepared for whatever comes their way. But there's some bad apples, just like you have bad realtors, you have, bad mortgage lenders, you have bad title companies. And, to me personally, I've done a few deals in the past, so I don't see that wholesaling is a bad thing. But again, when the few deals I've done, I've disclosed everything I can to, as I should, to the buyer and seller, you know, especially with the condition of the property. I mean, first of all, you want to do your due diligence on any properties, especially in a state that has a buyer beware statute where, if you buy a home as is, you're stuck with it. You can't go back and sue the seller later. So I hope I'm making a point here. But again, if you do want to conduct business in these states, in these areas, I would highly advise you to seek advice from a real estate attorney or professional that knows what they're doing, or realtor that knows what the deal is. Because the last thing you want is to, enter to a deal and end up being locked up because the deal was done illegally. So, and I anticipate this list is going to grow as time goes on. Um, but I really believe that wholesaling itself needs to be regulated, not to the point where they have to have where someone needs to have a real estate license, but there should be uh, uh, some sort of collective board or association of accountability. Like the National Association of Realtors for realtors. It should be something similar to wholesalers and real estate investors who are non-licensed agents. They should have some sort of national regional board to, to regular to stay accountable and follow all the laws in that area. Because I've seen deals, to be honest with you, where the seller, I'm sorry, either the buyer or seller, but let's say an investor is selling a property, they're from out of state, and they don't include all of it. the necessary disclosures, like the seller disclosures, which discloses the condition of the property at the time of the sale, or they're missing some other paperwork like the lead paint disclosure forms. And 19, any homes that were built prior to 1978 requires a lead paint disclosure form and plus the handbook. Unless the buyer says I don't want it, and of course I would document that and say, well, the buyers have the buyer initials saying they don't want the book. They've been informed, but you have done your job to deliver that information to them, which is required by law. That's a federal law. So I mean, for those who wholesale in different states, it would serve you to follow the laws in that area. Make sure that you have all the proper disclosures and make sure they're written in a form that confines with state law or local law. Mm. So that's just my take on the future of wholesaling real estate in this country. And there may be some other areas that are have restrictions that I've not mentioned, but always contact someone who is an experienced professional when dealing with these matters. Because again, we don't have time to sit up in no 5 by 7 sale over, just because we didn't do our due diligence. This is why due diligence is important, whether you're a real estate wholesaler or an investor. And I think more wholesalers should do better. All right, I'm gonna end my spiel here. I thank y'all for your time. Like, comment, subscribe to this channel, and I should come up with more videos. I'm not sure when I'm gonna post the next video. Maybe tomorrow, maybe one day before the end of this week. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you in some way, and you take some value out of it. All right. Thank you very much, and have a blessed day.